If you've ever had a family portrait mishap, then you're going to enjoy this one. Join me as I share the story about how our cute little pup that we got from the pound almost ruined our family pictures. Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Charity Haderlie, and you're listening to the Unmute Yourself podcast. As promised in a previous episode, the episode on perfectionism. So if that is something you're interested in learning more about, go to episode 1 called Better Than Perfect. But as I mentioned in that episode, here is the story about our dog who rolled in the manure as we were getting family pictures. Now, I turned this story into a poem. It is true. There's nothing exaggerated in what you're going to hear. And I just want to set the bar very low for you as far as my poetry skills go. Just imagine we're at a community get-together, or we're a group of friends getting together and we're doing a poetry slam. So we're just having fun. Without further ado, I bring to you Family Photo Manure Mishap. A brilliant sky, sunset pastel, golden grain sways amid breeze. Our family of 6 makes way for a photo. Cute outfits, not picked with ease. Relief for us parents, no wee ones in tow. 4 kids, adolescent to teens. Hooray, we both think, not a tantrum in sight. All calm as our family convenes. New pet in our tribe, young ebony lab named Luna, who's ever so sweet. Explores golden fields as we amble nearby to unload photographer's jeep. Now information with hands placed just so. The camera, our eyes did meet. Smile now, kids, it's time to hold pose. Our puppy will soon join this feat. 1, 2, 3, click. How simple we think. Time won't be wasted today. Let's get another. And just as we try, our dog began heading our way. From 100 yards, Luna runs at full speed, so cute and eager to play. But wait, from the distance, a sight to behold, her fur just does not look the same. Had our dog rolled in mud? Is that what I see? My heart took a dive and I froze. Crazed look in her eyes, tongue flapping with speed. There must be something she knows. Oh, crap's what I said. She's covered in mud. Brace yourselves, she's getting too close. 'Twasn't mud she had found where the horses had trod. The sharp smell of it just hit my nose. Too late to retreat, I snap her away, hand now covered from hit. 'Twasn't mud she had found where the horses had trod. Now my hand's all covered. You twit! But the show must go on. More photos to take. Stay together. Now come back and sit. Then again, we did see our dog circling back to join us, all covered in it. My husband, he scolded her. Just stay away! She fled to the trunk left ajar. The photographer's ride from unloading for us was calling to her from afar. My husband is fast, but not fast enough. Our dog jumped right into the car. To the back she did leap, then over the seat. What more could she mar? Relief in Luna's eyes, how she wanted to kiss my sweet husband for letting her out. He dodged from her leap from the back of the seat. Get away from the Jeep, was his shout. She ran far, then came near, then again ran away, then she laid on the ground to pout. Confused and forlorn, but still caked in crap. Her paws sadly covered her snout. Neither water nor wipes nor rags for my hand, so I smeared it on leaves and on grass. Photographer giggled, near choked on her gum. She's the only one having a blast. That dog, that dog. Why do we have a dog? I fumed. But I tried to be civil and have class, for our kids were all here to witness the scene. I didn't go postal, alas. We managed to snap some pictures that day, even without Luna in sight, and slowly we drove the short way home, Pup following behind us in fright. Fearing abandonment, she jumped and clawed, scratching the car in her plight. And at home, we hosed her off once or twice, then shampooed many times till she's bright. And now we can laugh at that craptastic day and the dog that we got from the pound. She was stunted from hunger, but not anymore, and her heart full of love we have found. She just wanted a share of her joy on that day when, in feces, she'd rolled all around. She's ours, and we love her, come mud or come crap, and forgiveness will always abound. Pictures that day, a comical mess, but really it worked in the end. Forgiving a dog from her craptastic mess, well, it's like forgiving our kin or a friend. The love of a family, though crap intermixed, is the love that all enmity ends. It's a beautiful sight in a beautiful mess, as together our way we do wend. There you go. I hope you enjoyed this poem. Now, what does this poem have to do with unmuting yourself? We could talk about forgiveness, or we could talk about expectations versus reality, or flexibility and adaptability under stress. There's all kinds of topics that I could use to tie this in. But here's what's on my heart to share. As we sat there to take pictures of our family, kind of getting one without the dog, and then we were going to bring her in later, everyone else was focusing on the camera, but I saw the movement in the distance, and I noticed this danger. And then I recognized the scent of manure and did what I could to protect our family. And even though my hand got covered in manure, I was ready to stand up for my family, to fight for them, to be there for them. And that's not to say that my husband wouldn't do the same or doesn't do the same. He just didn't happen to notice at that time. And this is a podcast for women. So while I honor men, and I so appreciate my own dad and my own husband and all the men out there who fight for their family, I just want to give this message to you women. I know you've had moments where you noticed something. Maybe there was not even evidence of what you were noticing, but your mommy senses were tingling. My invitation to you is trust your gut, trust your instinct, trust your intuition, trust when the spirit speaks to you about your family. Whatever you call it, as a mom, you are entitled to an internal knowing in how to protect and stand up for your family. So trust that. And as women, I think it's easy to ignore when the alarm bells go off in our minds because, there's a lot of reasons. One of them is quite often I feel like garbage because my menstrual cycle, or I call it the mental cycle. And so there's that tendency to ignore the alarm bells that are going off in our mind because we don't nurture ourselves when we need to be nurtured. And we get used to this pattern of ignoring what's coming to our hearts and minds. That really doesn't serve us. The world needs mothers who are willing to stand up for their families and to teach their children to be able to recognize truth from error, to be able to see what they aren't seeing with their physical eyes, because there's a lot of deception out there. And we're going to make mistakes. It's important not to judge your past self for what you know now. But if you were to step outside of yourself and look at yourself as you would a friend, and notice all the good that you have done, all the times that you did say the right thing, and you were right where you needed to be. You did exactly what you needed to do. In sum, what I'm saying is you have an internal knowing. And when you learn to trust that and foster that and listen to that, you have far more power to strengthen others and to help others and to amplify your influence for good. As we wrap up, remember, your story is significant, your power is undeniable, and your voice can change the world. Own it, claim it, and spread the goodness. It's up to you to unmute yourself. Hey, before you head out, be sure to follow this podcast and leave a review. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support.